Good evening. I'm Martha Schlesinger. I'm the Secretary of the Senior Advisory Council, and I represent District 20, Commissioner McElvry. On behalf of the entire council, many of whom are watching tonight online or video or wherever they're watching, I'd like to thank the Commission for this opportunity to make a brief presentation about the Advisory Council's goals, background, and purpose. There should be a few minutes after this presentation if there are any questions. Otherwise, our chair, Cam McClure, who's here with me, and I will be remaining until the end of the commission meeting in case any of you have any questions or additional comments. Before discussing the specifics of the Senior Advisory Council, let's take a look at the demographics in which the council operates. By 2050, which once upon a time sounded a long way away, getting closer every day, it is estimated that the number of people over 65 in this country will have doubled. As county commissioners are probably very well aware, adults 60 and older are estimated to make up currently more than 20% of the population of Oakland County. And in a population of 1.27 million, that is growing by 7% a year, the numbers get to be pretty staggering. The recent establishment of your own ad hoc committee on healthy aging is testimony to the Commission's awareness of the growth and importance of the senior population. And the blueprint that you are going to be preparing for healthy aging in the county is coming, I think, not a moment too soon. In the U.S., by 2035, there will be a crossover. I don't know if you can, hopefully you can see that. What that slide behind me says is that by 2035, there will be more seniors in the United States than children. In Oakland County, that's going to happen 10 years earlier. It's going to happen by 2025. And again, while that sounded a long way away, in 2017, it's looking a lot faster right about now. This next slide, which may be in its detail a bit too small for you to see, breaks down the population, the senior population, by each of one of the 21 districts in the county. And while it might be hard for you to see the numbers, what they say are, as of the ACS survey, population survey between 2012 and 2016, the senior populations in each district in Oakland County ranged between 32 and 59%. And that number is more than 5 years old. These background demographics demonstrate the powerful context in which the Senior Advisory Council operates. So what is the Senior Advisory Council? It is a non-funded advisory council established in 1992 by Brooks Patterson. It has 25 members, one for each of the 21 districts in the county, and 4 members elected at large. Our office leadership is elected once every 2 years. We are focused on 4 very basic and not surprising things. Inform the county exec of older citizen needs and services. Identify the gaps in those needs and services so that the county can officially address them. Collaborate with organizations and senior centers serving senior citizens, and this includes not just official senior centers, but community centers, elected state, county, and local officials, and very often our county's sheriff's department, who has been quite instrumental in making us all smarter. It's also important to understand what we are not. We are not a policy operation. We are not a partisan body. We are a group of seniors who are dedicated to identifying and advocating for the needs of the senior citizens in the County of Oakland. Our structure is pretty fundamental. We have regular all-board meetings 7 to 8 times a year. That has clearly been a little bit amended in the years of COVID. Officers meet before each board meeting and as needed in between. And we appoint our own active subcommittees that do work on specifically targeted subjects. Two of the most recent being the roles and responsibilities of both officers and members, and the wonderfully developed Senior Advisory Council website. So the question you might be asking, other than the population numbers that should wake all of the commissioners up, is why is this important to you as commissioners? And the answer is you play a very important role. Each of you has the power, I would say indeed the responsibility, for nominating someone from your specific district to be your district representative on the Senior Advisory Council. Remember, there's only one official representative per district, in addition to the 4 at large. After a nomination process, which is outlined in the slide behind me, if it's a district membership, then it is vetted by Health and Human Services and processed. If it is an at-large membership, the applications for membership can come directly to the Senior Advisory Coordinator, Pat Zawatsky, and those individuals are interviewed in advance by the SAC officers. It used to be a very quiet time. We are now having more and more and more people contacting us and saying, hey, what is this Senior Advisory Council and can I be a member of it? So I would say to you as commissioners, pay attention to the people who might be able to help your own seniors who have knowledge and commitment to doing what Senior Advisory Council does. And the impact of our activities is not small. In 2018-19, which was the last year for which we could gather relevant information, we had almost 3,500 hours of time that SAC members dedicated to senior issues. And if you take the independent sector's number of $25 plus an hour as the value of volunteer time, we're talking about almost $90,000 of time volunteered by members of the Senior Advisory Council. Obviously, due to COVID, that has drastically changed, but we did not stop working. We have been meeting remotely, and both the officers and the entire SAC group. We've had a couple of in-person meetings when the weather permitted it in one of our wonderful parks facilities. Now that it's getting colder again, we may be going back to remote. Whatever we did, we didn't stop working. And what are we working on? Okay, there are 3 overarching goals we have now. One is the education and outreach to older adults and their advocates. For any of you who pay serious attention to senior issues, you know that there's a population of seniors and probably an equal-sized population of people who are their volunteer caregivers, partners, and aides. We address all of the needs of all of the seniors in the county as it's articulated to the members of the Senior Advisory Council. The second is to provide training and education for seniors with various partner organizations, and they are wide and varied. Small meetings, large meetings, entire conferences, entire one-day fairs. The possibilities are endless, and they have had a huge impact on both the awareness and the ability of our SAC members to address and be aware of the needs of senior needs. The third is improved public awareness of Senior Advisory Council itself. This is one step. There are many other steps, both at the district level and at the county level. And I would say to you that one of the things that we are currently doing is determining the specific strategies and actions for each one of those goals. Trust me, we only had about 10 minutes to talk to you tonight. That in and of itself could be an entire evening. You can find all of this information on the county's website under Senior Advisory Council, which now blessedly is up and running and is a terrific source of information. Finally, we are a work that is in constant process, creating opportunities to develop and deepen our connections to seniors and to each of you, our commissioners. To that end, we hope that this will be the first of many presentations about SAC activities and priorities to this body. We also want to extend an ongoing invitation to the commissioners to attend our SAC board meetings, be they virtual or in person. And if you can't, you get the minutes, so you can put that in your pile of reading to do and keep at least abreast on what's going on. And finally, we would like to take this opportunity to urge each of you individually to develop and strengthen the relationship you have with your district SAC representative. We're all about partnership, and there couldn't be a stronger and more powerful partnership in terms of producing actual results than that between an individual district commissioner and their SAC representative. The world of seniors in the county of Oakland will depend currently and in the future on what we do and hopefully will do together. If there are any quick questions, I don't know if I've used my 10 minutes up. I suspect I have, but if there are any quick questions, otherwise, Chairman McClure and I will be happy to answer questions after the meeting.
Great.
Any
Thank
hands?
you. Thank you, Martha. Is there any commissioner? I think Commissioner Gershenson had a question.
Not a question, just a comment. Thank you so much. I've been working and been involved in this group for many, many years, and you just are a dynamic group of seniors. I wanted to point out to the commissioners there are 3 vacancies and how important it is for us to reach out into our communities and fill them.